Nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me.
And welcome to Run Tall with Tim. I'm Tim. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate the time that you and I get to spend together, so thanks for tuning in. And I hope wherever you are that you're happy, healthy, and staying safe. Now today is Sunday. It is a rest day, which is always a great chance or a great opportunity for us to look back at the week of training that we just completed. And this completes week 6 of our marathon training program together, or the road to Bayshore. The weather had been playing a pretty significant role in just my overall ability to complete the training that was being asked of me. But this week it's greatly improved. What a difference just a couple of days can make. So to give you some idea or put it into context, last Saturday our long run was pretty darn miserable actually. It was, real feel was about 6 degrees. But by Wednesday, so we're only talking a couple of days later, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, it was 70 degrees Fahrenheit here. So we had a 64-degree swing in temperature. Pretty amazing, actually, when you put it into that kind of a light. But the weather has greatly improved. It didn't stay 70. It was kind of a short-lived, warm up. But it has been warmer. We're really more into that spring-like weather conditions that are out there right now. For the long run yesterday, it was about 42 degrees, something like that. And I'm going to kind of walk around and hopefully you'll be able to get a sense. If we look out the window, you can see that all of the snow is now gone, of course, with that 70-degree warm-up, and it simply hasn't returned. And I doubt that it will at this point, but you never know. It's Michigan. There have been some days or some years when I've had to wear a winter coat in late May, early June. So you never know. But right now I'm enjoying the little bit better weather. I ran in Nike shoes all week. That wasn't necessarily my plan. It just is how it worked out. I wanted to put more miles into the Streak Fly, and hopefully you got a chance to catch that review of the Nike ZoomX Streak Fly shoes that I posted last week now when this gets posted. I'm really enjoying those shoes. My only concern is durability, and the question came up, if I think it's going to be durable enough as a daily trainer, and my sense is no, not in the traditional sense where you're going to log, 400 miles on the shoes. I think my initial impression is you're going to get about 200 miles or so because it is a racing shoe. So I would put it in the same kind of context as you would the Nike Next Percent 2, where you can expect to get about 200 miles on them. So kind of that shoe where, unless you have 2 pairs, one that you can train in and one to race in, you're probably just going to have to use it for race day for the most part. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run up the miles on these because I want to use them as a training companion really to the Next Percent 2, which is the shoe that I'm leaning towards using on race day. And they have a very similar feeling up in the forefoot of the shoe. So that's my plan, and I'll bring you maybe an additional review later on when I get to 100 miles on those. The speed work days for me, they're usually 2 or 3 speed work days. Most of the workout sessions have amounted to about 7 miles or so on speed days. So it'll take a little while to get to 100 miles. I think I've got just, it's in the 27, 28 miles on them right now. So it'll be a little while, like I said, before I get to 100 miles. But it is a shoe that I plan to use on a regular basis as we work towards the goal of running the marathon at the end of May. So let's just take this opportunity. We'll go back to Monday and we'll start from there and we'll work through the week. And so today is Monday, the first run for week 6 of our marathon training program, the road to Bayshore. We're starting right out with some speed work today. The format is going to be running at threshold pace for 10 minutes with a 2-minute recovery time. Repeat that 3 times. So in total, I'll be running 30 minutes at threshold. And what a difference a day or two makes. On Saturday, it was so cold, I couldn't hardly stand it. And today, right now, it's in the low 40s, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But by mid-afternoon, it's supposed to be 54 degrees today. I couldn't wait till mid-afternoon to get my run in, so here I am. But if I have a couple less layers of clothes on, I don't have to wear that buff. And bonus, I'm in the Nike ZoomX Streak Fly. So I've been dying to put these back on my feet since the first time I ran in them. So, all right, I'm gonna get to it. So today is Tuesday. It is March 15th, and I'm out on a recovery run today. I'll be going 30 minutes at an easy going pace with a 10-minute time to cool down. I'm wearing a Nike Invincible run. Weather's good for a change. Pavement is dry. We are called for some rain today, but not till, I don't know, maybe an hour or so from now. So I should be able to get this in before the rain starts. All right, I'm gonna get to it. I love these recovery runs. They're just so enjoyable to be out here, listening to a little bit of music and just enjoying the outdoors. It's Wednesday. Doing a little bit of speed work today. I am in the Nike ZoomX Streak Fly. So I think after today's run, I'll be able to put together a decent review for you guys to share. The format for today, doing some speed work, is going to be to warm up for 15 minutes, which is what I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to run for 3 minutes at threshold pace with a 90-second recovery time. I'll repeat that 5 different times, and then I'll have a 10-minute cool down to jog home. So looking forward to it. It'll be fun to put the Streak Fly to the test again today. All right, onward and upward. It's Friday, time to do a little speed work. The format for today is to run at threshold for 10 minutes, 90 seconds to recover. Repeat that 3 times after I complete my 10-minute warm-up. So I'm wearing a Nike ZoomX Streak Fly today. So far I'm really liking the shoes, and I plan to do a lot more speed work in them as I continue to train for the road to Bayshore. All right, I'm gonna get into it. I just finished with the first 10 minutes. You know, I'm wearing the 2xU run dash compression shorts, or pants I should say, with a kind of a light pullover pant, jogger style, over the top. Hey, so today is Saturday. It's our long run day. So I'm preparing, just kind of getting things around, ready to go out on the road. To do that, I've got my hydration vest that I'll be taking with me, and I'm going to also be taking some nutrition with me as well. I've got 3 different gels that I'm going to be taking out with me. They're all by Science and Sports. One of them has caffeine, the other one has some electrolytes, and the other one is basically just some carbs. I think 3 should be plenty. I plan to take them about every 45 minutes, and we'll just see kind of how that works out for me. In the past, when I've tried to take 3 in a single workout, I've had some stomach upset. In fact, I had some stomach upset after just taking 2. So today is a good day for me to practice to see if this is something I'm going to be able to carry over on the day of the marathon. I'm going to be taking a couple of bottles of water that I'll put in the hydration vest, and then I'm going to be adding some electrolyte tabs that are by Science and Sports. This happens to be berry flavored, one of my favorites. So I should be all set in terms of the amount of nutrition. Of course, I'll also have my earbuds with me, a little bit of music to help pass the time. I'm looking forward to it. So that long run turned out fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And my legs and body held up pretty well. The 2 bottles of water, which was about 40 fluid ounces, was just about perfect. I really do need to work on that though. my hydration as well as my nutrition. I just need a little bit more practice. Now what I did this time was a little bit different than what I've done in the past. And I actually slowed down and just walked while I took on my nutrition. And probably about 50% of the time I slowed down and walked when I was getting a drink. And that's because what I found is when I was trying to drink and maintain my pace, my breathing got really interrupted, and it took me a while to get that breathing back under control. So when I would actually stop, not really stop, but walk and drink and get enough of that hydration in me, or what I felt was, an adequate amount for that time, I didn't have that issue, and it didn't seem to really slow me down any. The overall long run was just a little over 18 miles. It took me 2 hours and 41 minutes to get there at a pace of about 8:53 minute mile pace. And again, that was with really coming to a walk in order to take on my nutrition and hydration for most of the time. I ended up just taking 3 of the gels out of the, or 2 out of the 3 gels. And that's because I got off track right at the start. So the first one I didn't take until almost an hour into the run, and that's just because I kind of missed it. I was enjoying my music, and I had altered my route a little bit to add some distance. So I cruised around an additional neighborhood, made an extra round in the park. And so when I got to where it normally is a 45 minutes stretch, I'd actually gone an hour because I didn't account for the extras that I had put in before I got there. So, hey, I'd be really curious to know how you guys handle that, how you onboard, your nutrition and take in your fluids. Do you stop and walk? Or do you stop, come to a complete stop and take a drink, or get something to eat, whether it's a gel or a bar, what have you? Do you slow down like I did and just kind of walk through that, or do you try to maintain your pace? When I tried to maintain the pace, especially when I was eating the bars, I kind of got to a point where I even choked a little bit. So that was concerning, and that was the main reason why I decided to slow down and walk through, taking on the hydration and nutrition. And that's one of the strategies that I was thinking about employing during the marathon is walking through those aid stations to get a drink. But I'd be curious to know, especially for you experienced marathoners or anyone that's really accustomed to running more than an hour. So anytime you're got on that long run, how do you guys handle that? Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Run Tall with Tim to continue our marathon journey.
Out in stormy weather, I might have the blues, but nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me